Around 4 p.m. on November 24, a man calling himself Dan Cooper entered Portland International Airport and purchased a one ticket to Seattle Tacoma Airport for $20. He was assigned an aisle seat, 18C, for a 4:35 p.m. flight. The plane carried 36 passengers that day, not including the pilot, Captain William Scott, the first officer, Borat Skak, the flight engineer H.E. Anderson, and two flying attendants, Tina Mucklow and Flores Snaffer. An ass and less, middle-aged, a white male in dark suit and tie, Cooper drew little attention boarding the flight. After takeoff, Cooper handed Schaffner a note. At the time, men traveling alone commonly slide phone numbers or hotel room numbers to flight attendants. So Schaffner placed the note in her pocket and ignored it. The next time she pays, Cooper mentioned for her to come closer. He told her that she better read the note and warned that he had a bomb, nodding towards his suitcase. Schaffner then went to the galley to read the note. She showed it to the other flight attendant and they together hurried to the cockpit to show the pilot. After he read the note, the pilot immediately contacted air traffic control. They in turn contacted the Seattle police, who informed the FBI. The FBI replaced an urgent call to Airlines President Donald Nairo, who said they should comply with Cooper's demands. Doubtless, Nairo wanted to avoid any negative publicity that such a disaster would bring. Cooper instructed the flight attendant to return the note, worried of the potentially incriminating evidence. Because of this, the exact wording of his note is unknown. Schaffner recalled that he handwritten ink note demanded $200,000 in cash and two sets of parachutes. Cooper wanted these items delivered on the arrival at Seattle Tacoma Airport, and he claimed that if they didn't comply with these demands, he would blow up the plane. Everyone who read the note agreed that it contained the phrase, "no funny business." Cooper moved next to the window so that when Schaffner returned, she sat in his aisle seat. He opened his suitcase wide enough for her to get a glimpse of wires and two cylinders, potentially dynamite sticks. He then directed her to return to the cockpit and tell to the pilot to stay in the air until the money and the parachutes were ready. After receiving the message, the pilot announced over the intercom that the jet would circle before landing due to mechanical problem. Most of the passengers were unaware of the hijacking. Cooper was very precise about his demands for the money. He wanted the $200,000 in $20 bills, which would weigh around 21 pounds. If smallest bills were used, it would add extra weight and could be dangerous for his skydive. Larger bills would weigh less, but they would be more difficult to pass. He even specified that he wanted bills with serial numbers that were random, not sequential. The FBI agents gave him with random serial numbers but made sure that all of them began with the code letter L. When the flight landed in Seattle, the hijacker exchanged the flight's 36 passengers for the money and parachutes. Cooper killed several crew members, and the plane took off again, ordered to set a course for Mexico City. After takeoff, Cooper ordered to the flight attendant and the rest of the crew to stay in the cockpit. There was no peephole in the cockpit door or remote cameras installed at the time, so the crew had no idea what Cooper was doing. At 8 p.m., a red light gave warning that the door was open. Scott asked Cooper over the intercom if there was anything they could do for him. He replied with an angry "No!" That was the last word anyone ever heard from Dan Cooper. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, a little after 8 p.m., the hijacker did the incredible. He jumped out of the back of the plane with a parachute and the ransom money. The pilots landed safely, but Cooper had disappeared into the night, and his ultimate fate remains a mystery to this day.